New York's lieutenant governor was arrested on Tuesday morning after he was indicted on 5 counts, including bribery, fraud, and falsification of records in a scheme to funnel illegal donations to a previous campaign. The 5-count indictment accused Mr. Benjamin of conspiring to direct state funds to a Harlem real estate investor in exchange for orchestrating thousands of dollars in illegal campaign contributions to Mr. Benjamin's unsuccessful 2021 campaign for New York City Controller. Prosecutors said in the indictment, quote, "In so doing, Benjamin abused his authority as a New York state senator, engaging in a bribery scheme using public funds for his own corrupt purposes." Benjamin, who is, as they point out here, Democrat Governor Kathy Hochul's number 2, surrendered to federal authorities Tuesday morning. The indictment followed a joint investigation by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, the city's Department of Investigation, and the FBI. Benjamin admitted to the Post that he was interviewed in connection with the conspiracy and wire fraud charges filed in November against Harlem landlord and lawyer Gerald Migdal, who is accused of making illegal straw donations to Benjamin's campaign. In November, Migdal was arrested for allegedly orchestrating a scheme to funnel illegal campaign contributions to Benjamin's unsuccessful 2021 bid. Migdal made contributions by money order in names that were not his own and reimbursed donors who gave money to a controller candidate from 2019 to 2021, according to the indictment. Benjamin also allegedly, quote, engaged in a series of lies and deceptions to cover up the scheme, which included the falsification of campaign donation forms, misleading New York City authorities, and giving false information as part of a background check when he became lieutenant governor last year. According to the report, there is no indication that Governor Hochul knew of Benjamin's alleged crimes, which prosecutors say occurred when he was a state senator. More info in an article from CNN. They remind us that Benjamin was appointed to his position by Governor Hochul after she took over the state's top job from former Governor Andrew Cuomo following his resignation last summer. Hochul, who just completed contentious budget negotiations with Albany, will now come under scrutiny over the vetting process that preceded her decision to elevate Benjamin, who finished 4th in the 2021 Democrat primary for New York City Controller, a campaign in which prosecutors now say he sought and received illegal contributions. Benjamin is also accused of lying on a background check that followed Hochul's decision to make him her top deputy. They also add that it is unclear whether Benjamin will resign from his post. Like Hochul, he is the party's endorsed candidate in the 2022 primary and cannot be removed from the ballot. They say the New York State Democrat Party did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A Benjamin campaign spokesperson previously told CNN, quote, "Neither Lieutenant Governor Benjamin nor his campaign are being accused of any wrongdoing, and they are prepared to fully cooperate with authorities. As soon as the campaign discovered that these contributions were improperly sourced, they donated them to the Campaign Finance Board, pursuant to guidance obtained from the CFB." The indictment states that from about 2019 to 2021, when Benjamin was a state senator, he allegedly took part in a scheme to get campaign contributions from an unnamed Harlem-based real estate developer in exchange for a $50,000 state grant for a nonprofit organization controlled by the developer. The nonprofit organization donated school supplies and other resources to public school programs and students in Harlem, the indictment states. The indictment alleges that others acting at his direction or on his behalf, quote, engaged in a series of lies and deceptions to cover up his scheme by allegedly falsifying campaign donor forms, misleading municipal regulators, and providing false information in vetting forms that Benjamin submitted while he was under consideration to be appointed as the next lieutenant governor of New York. Benjamin served as a state senator from June of 2017, representing northern Manhattan, until he was appointed by Hochul. The unnamed real estate developer allegedly made fraudulent contributions to Benjamin's failed bid to become the New York City Controller by purportedly making donations in the names of people who had not personally funded the contributions or who were reimbursed for making the contributions, the indictment states. Prosecutors allege that Benjamin told staff and advisors that certain contributions were collected by the developer, and that on more than one occasion Benjamin personally met with the developer to receive his contributions, even meeting on the street to collect a bundle of contributions. The indictment also alleges that Benjamin told the developer he'd helped the real estate mogul obtain community board approval for a zoning variance permit for a property he owned in exchange for a contribution to a political action committee. Finally, a few more details on Benjamin's alleged efforts to conceal the scheme. They say when the New York State Board of Elections notified Benjamin's campaign in 2019 that it needed to file forms identifying the owners of companies that had contributed to the campaign, including one linked to the unnamed real estate developer, Benjamin allegedly asked a staffer in an email, quote, "What happens if someone refuses to provide that information?" Prosecutors allege that the campaign ultimately did not provide information on who owned the company associated with the developer to election officials. Then, after a report published by the city in 2021 raised questions about donations, prosecutors allege Benjamin's campaign for controller sent a letter to the campaign finance board stating it had no reason to question the legitimacy of the contributions. The indictment also alleges that while Benjamin was under consideration for the lieutenant governor post, he allegedly falsely claimed on a questionnaire that he had never directly exercised his governmental authority concerning a donor he directly solicited. Prosecutors claim Benjamin called the real estate developer 2 hours after he submitted the questionnaire for the first time in 6 months. Please leave a comment and tell me what you think about this latest update. If you could give this video a thumbs up, remember to click the like button, that's greatly appreciated, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. As usual, thank you very much, everyone who has been supporting the channel with your donations over at Patreon or PayPal. Even just a few dollars makes a huge difference and helps me keep talking about these important issues. You can find either link down in the video description where you can support this channel directly, patreon.com/realityreader or paypal.me/realityreader. And once again, with all the censorship happening here at YouTube, I'll remind everyone it might be a good idea to find me on some alternative platforms as well. One place where you can find me is superu.net. That's super, the letter u.net. If you search for Kip Simpson there, you can also find me at odyssey.com. I will follow up soon. Thanks again.